In this video, I'm going to show you how you can book Calendly meetings by using n8n. So right now, if you go to n8n and you type in Calendly, click on this, and you see that you only have two options. You can trigger an event when an event is created or when one is canceled, but there's no option here to actually book meetings. Well, just about 2 weeks ago, Calendly made an update to their API where now there's a scheduling API so that you can actually create meetings using the API. But as you can see, n8n still has not implemented this. There's no nodes that we can choose here that actually let us do that. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can set this up manually. And basically, what it comes down to is we're going to use an HTTP request node, like so. And we're going to hit that endpoint that they gave us here, the invitees endpoint. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first step before we start making any API calls is we need to get our personal access token. That's how we're going to authorize with the API. So if you go to your Calendly page, go over here to the left where it says integrations and apps, and then type in webhooks, and then choose this one here, API and webhooks. Then you're going to generate a new token. You can give it a name. I'll just call it YouTube. And then it's actually going to ask you to do this email verification. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so I verified, and now I'm going to copy the token. And I recommend that you open up a little text edit file and just start writing all these fields because there's going to be a few of them that we have to collect. So I'm going to put my token here. So now that we have our token, we can do our first API call, and we're going to do this endpoint here. We're going to get the current user, and this is going to give us a bunch of useful information that we're going to be able to use to get our event type. So I'm going to use Postman to do these requests initially just because it's easier. So I paste in the endpoint, and then for the authorization, I'm going to choose bearer, and we're going to put in our token. Okay, so we've got our token in, and now let's try this request. All right, so as you can see here, we got our first response from the API. And the most important field that we need from this response is this URI right here, because this is the URI that refers to the current user. So we're going to grab this link right here, and same thing, we're going to save that into our little text edit file. All right, so now that we got the current user, we're going to get the event type. So we're going to use this endpoint here, and then same process in Postman. And you can see this endpoint, what it does is it lists the user's event types. So we're going to provide in that user URI that we got from our previous step and see the list of event types available for that user. So you can see there's this one parameter here, the user parameter. So I'm going to add that in here. And then for the value, it's going to be that value that we copy pasted previously. Now let's run this endpoint. Okay, so now we have a list of all the event types for this user. So now what we want to do is we want to choose the right one. In my case, I just want to do this 30-minute meeting. So I'm going to grab the URI for this, and I'm also going to note that down. So this is the event type URI. Okay, so now that we have our event type, now we can actually start booking the meeting. So as you can see, the whole reason we went through all those steps is because we needed the event type. We have that now. Now we can come up with a start time, and we can start filling out this invitee object. So first off, let's start crafting our request in Postman. So we can go over to body, choose raw, and this is going to be JSON. And if we look, we need the event type, the start time, and the invitee object. For the start time, I'll just do 9 a.m. And now we can start filling out the invitee information. So we're going to need the name, the email, and the time zone. All right, so when we have all this information, now we can actually do our test. Okay, and it looks like here, the reason we're getting this error is because I need to make sure that this is set as a post request. And let's try again. Okay, so it looks like it was successful. And now let's check this email to see if we received an invite. Okay, so as you can see here, it came in, and it's for the time that we chose, 9 a.m. And yeah, it appears to work. All right, so now that we've done our test from Postman, let's actually try to set this up in n8n. So we're going to add in an HTTP request. And to make this really easy for us, we can actually copy over the data from Postman, because if you go here, we can give the actual curl command, copy that, and we can import it into n8n. And now we can adjust this a little bit. Instead of booking for 9 a.m., let's just change it to 10 a.m. And now let's give this a test. All right, it appears to work. Let me check my email. Okay, here it is, new event, scheduled for 10 a.m. So as you can see, this works. Now, of course, you can just make modifications for the start time. So you could, for example, implement this into an AI caller. And the way you would do that is just have the AI caller make a function call to this endpoint and provide a start time in using the ISO format. And then you'll be able to book Calendly meetings from your n8n automation.